chapter 16 from Canto 1, verse 30 we had completed. Now in verse 30 what had happened was we have discussed more than 40 qualities of Sri Krishna. Alright. So the qualities which reside in Sri Krishna, that means Sri Krishna is the repository of these qualities in the material world. Starting from truthfulness, cleanliness, intolerance towards another's happiness, so on and so forth, till joyfulness, immovability, fidelity, fame, worship, pridelessness, being as the personality of God in eternity. All this was mentioned. So it means very simply this, that Sri Krishna is the epitome of all the good qualities in the world. Right? So Sri Krishna being the highest, which is also discussed in the Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavatam gives us an in-depth study of his nature. Now think about the time when Sri Krishna has to leave this planet Earth. He had taken birth as a human being and now he is leaving his body in Prabhasa. So when he is leaving his body in Prabhasa, the goodness from this world, whatever the qualities, the 40 qualities that we did, they will leave along with him. Right? And there is going to be misery. There is going to be a lot of untruthfulness and everything, the contrary views in this world. So where cleanliness is concerned, cleanliness will go away, we become dirty. Intolerance towards another, unhappiness. So we become very, if other people are unhappy, we are very happy. You understand what happens? If somebody else is in a misery, we are very, very happy. The idea is that these people feel that they have to be, happy at somebody else's misery. Then power to control anger was there in Sri Krishna. The power to get angry more and more. No control over anger at all. That is the quality which has come in this Kali Yuga. Self-satisfaction has become dissatisfaction. Straightforwardness has become, nobody is straightforward anymore. We talk in riddles. Our language is so bad that everything that we speak, we are speaking in a very ridiculous fashion. You see the internet, it is full of lies, and lies. One channel says something, another channel says something. One newspaper says one thing, another newspaper says another thing. So the idea about truthfulness has gone out of the window. Straightforwardness is not there. Steadiness of mind. I guess this is the biggest problem in the world. How many people are steady in their mind? See, mind has to be controlled. It has to be steady. But today we are so unsteady. There are 10 choices in front of us. First time we will say one, then we will say another, then we will say another, and finally you come to the only choice which is left behind. The idea is we don't have any idea of what we are doing also. Responsibility. People have started shunning responsibility. Equality. Where is there equality in this world today? We are all unequal. One nation is a greater nation than the other one is pulling its leg. You see the whole point of this action. The big one wants to eat the small one up. It's like that. Then, equanimity of mind is out. Tolerance is out. Nobody is having equanimity of mind. Faithfulness. How many people can have faith in another person? There is no faith left, The problem is our religion, the dharma, is based on faith alone. You have to believe in it. The belief is not punctuated by anything. We just got to believe. It's called absolute belief. See, today if I were to tell that there was a Ravana, he was a 10-headed monster, and there was, Hanumanji or Anjaneya, he was flying over the oceans. The question will arise in everybody's mind, how can that be? There were Vimanas, they say, in the past. We don't want to believe any of those things. On the contrary, this is disbelief. There is no faith. People will question, oh, how can Ram be God? How can Krishna be God? This is the question people raise. This kind of disbelief is there in this world. So you will find that chivalry is gone out of the window. Leadership quality, I don't think there is any good leader. Leadership was, you see, look at King Parikshit. We will today learn about King Parikshit. King Parikshit was a very, very benevolent king. Today, where are there benevolent kings? Kings, forget kings, the rulers of the land also are terrible. Everybody is after making money. You see the whole thing, the whole country is flooded with water. Even Mumbai roads, in Bangalore roads, you see Chennai, you see every city in India has problems. The roads are dug up. There is no leadership. Leadership means first you have to take care of the people. Isn't that what it is? We will learn this, okay? And then dexterity, fullness of beauty, artificial beauty is there in this world. I don't think you can actually see real beauty today. If you try to, take out like this, you will get a lump of, makeup or something like that. If you think that that is a man, it is a woman. She is dressed like a man and the man is dressed like a woman. You see the whole point. You can't even make out. He boy, she boy, some nonsense has come up in this world. And then there is the woke movement. Everything is gone for a toss. Can you imagine that? See, in ancient times, were there not all these Kinners, and they were there. But it was not such a big hullabaloo. In the past, even the temples, there was a place where they were dancers. They would come and dance for God, not that they were not there. In olden times also, very long ago also, when they were kings, they had a harem, they had prostitutes, they had everything, But it was not such a big thing in this world. It was a part of that life. Everybody accepted it. Nobody had that idea that things can be different. Determination, perfection of knowledge, all this joyfulness, not there at all. So, today, the influence of Kali is so strong. Kali's Yuga. And because of the Kali's Yuga that has come in, or as we say Kali Yuga, things have taken a turn. There is dishonesty everywhere. People want admission, they will give bribes. They will go and get wrong mark sheets. See, in ancient times, the teaching systems were different. There were gurukuls and all that. Today, no gurukuls. Even if there are gurukuls, it's very difficult to learn. Again, the education system has gone for a toss. Literally, the whole world is suffering very badly. Today's children are only running after jobs. The moment they get out of their institutes or colleges, they are only saying, I want a high-paying job. I want a high-paying job. Everybody wants visas. You see, I want this visa, I want that visa, H1B and this one and that one. See, look at everybody. They're running after this kind of life. And then everybody wants money. What is this world come to? See, in olden times, I still remember my grandfather. He was working in a very simple place with one Parsi and one Britisher. He was getting 80 rupees salary. He had a family of some 10, 12 people, I think. And he was taking care of everybody. Okay. The story is there even in Sai Sat Charit, if you know. Those who have read the Sai Sat Charit, you will come to know. So he goes, his wife, that is my great-grandmother and my great-grandfather, they go to Sai Baba and they say, you know what, we don't have money because now retirement has come because my great-grandfather had become very old. So can we get some little extra? So he says, can we get some 10 rupees or 20 rupees extra? So they get 110 rupees as pension, which is very good. So my great-grandfather got 110 rupees pension, no doubt about it. One of his sons became a doctor. One became an engineering contractor or something like that. So all these things happened. So, but today's day and age, we are running after money. They want bigger and bigger titles. Everybody wants something or the other. So this is the way the world has become. So today now we are going to learn the story of the cow and the bull, what they are speaking, and after that we will take on what King Parikshit says to them. So now let us begin today's satsang. We are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 16, verse 31. I am thinking about myself, and also, O best amongst the demigods, about you, as well as about all the demigods, sages, denizens of the Pitraloka, devotees of the Lord, and all men obedient to the system of Varna and Ashrama in the human society. Now remember, this is the cow and the bull talking. The cow is Mother Nature or Mother Earth. And the bull is Dharmaraj, is Dharma. So Dharma is standing on only one leg, 3 legs have gone. So here Mother Earth is talking to Dharmaraj, that Dharma. And what does she say? He says, I am thinking of myself as well as the whole world around me, including the demigods. See, when we talk of demigods, that word demigod means devtas, devas, or all these people who are there in that particular region where they have their own houses. Okay, like Indra Dev is there, Brahma is there, Vishnu is there, Maheshwara is there, everybody is there. Then there are different lokas like Gandharva Loka, there is Kinnar Loka, all those kind of different lokas are there. And all these are not the real gods, they are the ones who are functionalities of something. That means what? They perform certain things in this material world. So the cow, who is Mother Nature, is talking to Dharma, who is the bull. This is a representation of the whole. And she says, all that these demigods are there, the sages are there. Sages have their own heavens. Please remember that. This is a Rishi Loka. It's a Loka. Loka means a heaven where they go and they come. These are nothing but knowledge based. See, in our world, if you actually look at it, the heavens are divided, which are called different lokas. Alright? So they have to go to the different lokas. The denizens of Pitraloka. Pitraloka are those who have passed away, the dead and gone. You see, when somebody dies, they have to go to a place where they will be judged. Okay? Because judgment is important. And there is always the judgment which happens, okay, this is what has happened, this is what has happened. And the assessment happens. It's like, chartered accountants are there. No, today they will assess your papers, naturally. How much money you have earned, where this money is gone. Like that, assessment happens. And then you have to pay the tax, isn't it? Some tax you got to pay. Sometimes you get from the government, sometimes you have to pay the tax back again, right? So think on those lines. In this Pitraloka, all your plus minuses keep on happening. And that is the reason why the Pitralokas are there. Then the devotees of the Lord and men obedient to the system of Varna and Ashrama. See, Varna and Ashrama. This is basically we have different ashrama. Ashrama doesn't mean ashram place to go and stay, okay? It is like today, like you are in a place, like all of you over here are in a place which is Grahastha ashram. Grahastha ashram means what? Those who are married, those who have children, those who have a family, we have to earn our living, blah, 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 all that kind of thing, correct? After that is retirement. In our material world, there is retirement, isn't it? Human beings think that they can apply the laws from ancient times to today. It is not possible. In ancient times, the Varnashram Dharma was different because the age limits were different. Times were different. See, today even an 80-year-old person is playing the internet. Is he not? Can you see Warren Buffett? Every day he must be doing some billions or trillions or God knows how much money he must be minting. Is he not doing that? So there are people. Look at the presidents and the prime minister. These are old people. Okay, they are on the path towards what is called as sannyas ashram, but no, they are still ruling countries. They are taking care of things. In the army and in these government services, you know how the rules are, isn't it? In the army, when you are 60 years old or something like that, that age group, you have to go for retirement. It is a very simple thing. Please understand. Even the cricketers have to retire, isn't it? That is what happens. So retirement is a must. Most important thing is retirement. All right. You might have earned some living and you have to retire, and then you have to ensure that you have a good retired life. Now during the retired life, what is the job that you are supposed to do? So the idea is, in this particular ashramam, that the age in your life, it is called Vanaprasthashram. Vanaprastha. We have to supposed to go to the jungle. Ancient times there were jungles. Today there are jungles in the city. The city is a jungle today, isn't it? So think on those lines. We have to take a back seat in life. Our job is to take the name of God. Take the name of God, be lost in the Lord. And the last is called the sannyasa ashram, where you are supposed to leave and go. Have you not seen in this chapter itself, when we were doing this chapter, you will find that even Dhritarashtra has to go away. All the Pandavas go away. You saw that, isn't it? Because they have entered the stage which is the last stage of their life. This is going away. This is sannyasa ashram. So the ashramam system also has changed. Everything has changed. The varnas have changed. Everybody is a high caste society, like a high class, high caste. We saw talk like that. Those who have the money talk like that. Okay. And then we do the next verse. So we are doing 32-33 verse. Lakshmi Ji, the goddess of fortune, whose glance of grace was sought by demigods like Brahma, and for whom they surrendered many a days unto Sri Krishna, gave up their own abode in the forest of the lotus flowers, and engaged herself in the service of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, of the Lord. I was endowed with specific powers to supersede the fortune of all the three planetary systems by being decorated with the impression of the flag, thunderbolt, elephant driving rod, and lotus flower, which are the signs of the lotus feet of the Lord. But at the end, when I felt I was so fortunate, the Lord left me. See, it's a very beautiful way of saying how even Lakshmi Ji had to take so many births. Now you remember, Lakshmi Ji came from a particular, denizen. She's a particular, what we say as a place from where Mahavishnu is there. Mahavishnu is there, and Mahasaraswati is there, and Mahaparvati, Kali is there, and all these. These are different denizens of the heavenly planets. So Mahalakshmi comes from Mahavishnu's place. But she also had to take birth. Right? She was born as Sita Devi, correct? She was born as Sita Maya, isn't it? So later on, she had to go to the jungle also. Do you understand? Even the goddess, the highest of the goddess, has to sacrifice a lot. She went for 14 years in the jungles with her husband. She was kidnapped. So many things have happened. And then later on, in the life of Sri Krishna, she took the part of Ashtalakshmi also. Because the 8 primary wives of Sri Krishna are none other than the Ashtalakshmi. You know that, isn't it? So there were all these 8 wives of, basically it's one only, Sri Mahalakshmi, but she had to take so many, forms, and she had to come. Then she was endowed with the powers to supersede the fortune of all 3 planetary systems, being decorated with the impressions of the flag. Thunderbolt, elephant driving rods. When we are talking of this, are we not talking of how this whole system got divided with the Kauravas and the Pandavas? The land got divided, money got divided. She is nothing but all these things, isn't it? Don't you think Mahalakshmi is a representation of all? Do you know Mahalakshmi's avatars, 8 avatars that are there? Okay. So those 8 avatars are also taking care of children. Okay. Santan Lakshmi we call her. Then we have one which is Gaja Lakshmi. She is the one who rules the kingdoms and those kind of things. Do we have those 8 forms or no? I hope you know them. Dhana Lakshmi. Dhana means money, power, those kind of things. Dhanya Lakshmi, we have Dhanya means what? Food and all. She took those 8 forms for the world to prosper. In a similar manner, there she has taken the forms of, different goddesses. But she appeared like a human being. Alright? Now, Krishna, he has his wives. How many of them do you know? Say, I'm sure you know some of them. So, those wives were there. So, all these things were there. The signs of the lotus feet of the Lord. And at the end, when I felt I was so fortunate, the Lord left me. So, in the end, Sri Krishna also has to leave and go. So, now we'll do verse 34. A personality of religion, that is Dharmaraj. I was greatly overburdened by the undue military flanks arranged by aesthetic kings, and I was relieved by the grace of Sri Krishna. Similarly, you were also in a distressed condition, weakened in your standing strength, and thus also incarnated by his internal energy in the family of the Yadus to relieve you. So here she is discussing, the cow is discussing what? She is discussing with the bull, who is Dharma himself, that there was a great war just now in the past, and that is the Kauravas and the Pandavas were fighting with each other. The Mahabharata happened, you remember? So the Mahabharata happened, the 2 armies were facing each other, and Sri Krishna, who is the highest amongst this, and whom we are discussing about just now, we are talking about Sri Krishna only, no? So he was also participating in this. And in his participation, one side won, the other side lost, and the whole world was in a distressed condition. So many people died, there was so much of bloodshed, and 2 people were fighting against each other for a piece of land. There was so much of an ego problem over there, and all because of some petty issues. Simple issues. People don't know how to live in this world. And now the new yuga has started with the going away of Sri Krishna. So what happened? The bull who was standing on 4 feet earlier, in each yuga he loses 1 feet. So now only 1 feet is balance. With this 1 feet he is supposed to go forward in this particular yuga. Simply translates into the 4 feet of Dharma is like there was truthfulness. There was truthfulness earlier. Today there is not. We discussed those 40 points which were there. All those points do matter a lot. Today there is nothing like that. Only on that 1 feet he is standing. So she says to him, see, you are standing only on 1 feet. Who therefore can tolerate the pangs of separation from that supreme personality of Godhead Krishna? He could conquer the gravity and passionate wrath of his sweethearts like Satyabhama by his sweet smile of love, pleasing glance and hearty appeals. When he traversed my earth's surface, I would be immersed in the dust of his lotus feet and thus would be sumptuously covered with grass which appears like hair standing on me out of pleasure. So this is a time when Sri Krishna was there on this planet Earth. And he was there earlier in Mathura and then in Dwarka. And he used to traverse this earth left, right and center. He was sometimes going to Hastinapur, sometimes he was going somewhere else. So when he was trampling me and walking, who is talking? Mother Earth is talking. Remember, the cow. So she was saying, I was so happy when he was there. And there were so many beautiful things happening. Okay. Now you will find that Satyabhama was the hot-headed wife of his, and naturally she had a lot of demand. Her list of demands was very big, and Sri Krishna would go out of the way to provide her, even to the extent of going and robbing Indradev. He did all that also. So he went to the heavens of Indradev and robbed his plant from there, you know that. So all those things he has done. He was always trying to keep his wife happy. She was a very, very hot-headed person because she could get angry at the drop of a hat. So these are the different natures of Lakshmi herself. So sometimes the Lakshmi is a peaceful, calm one. So as Rukmini, basically what was she? She was very peaceful and calm, and she would always be the crying one, And Krishna went, she will be crying. When he is there, she will be happy and all that. And if you remember Udupi Krishna, the Krishna statue which is there in Udupi, that was the statue that she was worshipping when she was in Dwarka. That statue was made for Krishna's mother, which she bought it herself. It's a small one. And she would look at the statue and think of Krishna as a Bal Krishna, because she was always in love with that image. So that was her nature. Satyabhama's nature was different. She was always, I want this, I want that, this is what it is, this is what. So she was that person who was like that. So he was always in his element whenever it is to take care of his wives. By his sweet smile of love, pleasing glance and hearty appeals. So he was always fulfilling the wishes of hers. When he traversed the earth, he was immersed in the dust of his lotus feet. His feet were touching me. Who is saying this? Mother Earth is saying these words. His feet, that is Sri Krishna's feet, were touching this Mother Earth, that is me, and I was the happiest. When you touch the feet of Sri Krishna, it is heaven. It's really heaven, because that is where the heaven lies, at his feet. All the rivers are there at his feet. Please remember this. And the last verse which says, while the earth and Sri Krishna and the earth and the personality of religion, that is Dharma, were thus engaged in conversation, the saintly King Parikshit reached the shores of Saraswati river, which flowed towards the east. And now, when all this conversation was going on between these two characters, that is Mother Earth was there on one side, and on the other side Dharma was there. When they were talking to each other, at that moment in time, Parikshit goes over there. Now, we have come to the end of this particular chapter. So this was chapter 16. We have time, we will start with chapter 17. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, chapter 17, Punishment and Reward of Kali. Sutta Goswami said, first verse that is, after reaching that place, Maharaj Parikshit observed that the low-caste Shudra dressed like a king was beating a cow and a bull with a club as if they had no owners. Verse 2, the bull was as white as a white lotus flower. He was terrified of the Shudra who was beating him, and he was so afraid that he was standing on one leg, trembling and urinating. Verse 3 says, although the cow is beneficial because one can draw religious principles from her, she was now rendered poor and calfless. Her legs were being beaten by the Shudra. There were tears in her eyes, and she was distressed and weak. She was hankering after some grass in the field. Now, all these verses sound very harsh to our ears. The word Shudra, Shudra, Shudra is coming over here consistently. In today's day and age, there is no such kind of a division in the society. Everybody is entitled for everything. Even the lowest of the people, those who are, say, workers in this world, and those who are managers, and those who are CEOs of company, those who are the leaders of the society, they are people who rule the country, from them to the smallest of the clerk, have the freedom of everything in this world today. So what are they talking about? The person that they are speaking about is a person from today's Yuga, that is from the Kali Yuga. What is he doing to this world? He is misbehaving with this world. He is telling lies. He is doing all the wrong stuff in the world. He is beating this cow. When we say beating the cow, he is literally tearing this earth apart. Look at what is happening in this world. There isn't a single place where we have not left this earth, unattended. We want to destroy the whole planet ourselves. Are we not destroying the planet? The seas are in problem. The land is in problem. We are digging the earth for oil and other substances. There are so many explosions happening. The bombs are cracking all over the place. People are dying. How many things are going wrong? So literally the earth, the mother earth, is under terrible stress. That is what it means. Alright? Now bull means what? The bull means the dharma. Righteousness is out of the window. You see, the whole world is unrighteous today. The elections are rigged. The exams are rigged. You get all the papers earlier before. You get jobs only when you pay money. Can you see the whole thing? When you do all the wrong stuff in the world, even if you have to buy a house or a flat or something like that, there is so much of black money being paid. Can you see all this thing happening in front of you? Even in the middle of a road, a two-wheeler fellow is caught, he will bribe the policeman. Have you seen that? There are people who are getting all kinds of benefits when they are not even supposed to get. See, when there is equality in this world, why should there be benefits given to certain parts of the society? If there is equality, there is equality. There is no need for giving special treatment to one and no special treatment to the other. Everybody has to be looked at in the same way. But no, dharma is out of the window. There is no dharma anywhere left. No country is having dharma. Look at everything that is going wrong in this world. People do not even tell the truth anywhere. There is so many lies going on. There is no way of differentiating between a truth and a lie. Everybody is lying to their teeth. There is falsehood in this world. You look at the people. A person says, I am XYZ, and it turns out to be an ABC person. That means he is not the same person as what he says. It is a very, very strange phenomena out here in this world. Half of the world believes that some in the US went to the moon. Half of the world doesn't believe in that. What exactly is happening? And when you look at all these things, you will wonder what is there in this world. So, what is the truth? The truth can never be deciphered. And that is what is being mentioned over here. The person is beating this earth and there is no dharma left in this world. I hope you got the meaning of these 3 verses. We are supposed to take out all the good stuff. That means take the Mother Earth and become beneficial. We are supposed to be benefited. Because when we plant the seeds, we get, grains and stuff like that, isn't it? But today, what are we doing? We are trying to rid this earth of all the good stuff. We have to use all artificial things, methodologies. Plants are grown in the air today. Can you imagine that? Not on the earth. And then there are false things put inside or medicines and stuff like that. What is reality in that? Nothing. So, she was distressed and weak. She was hankering after some grass in the field. There is no grass left anywhere, is there? Even what grass you see is all made of plastic. If you see the real grass is non-existent. Okay. So, verse 4. Maharaj Parikshit, well equipped with arrows and bows and seated on a gold embossed chariot, spoke to him with a deep voice sounding like thunder. Oh, who are you? You appear to be strong and yet you dare kill within the protection those who are helpless. By your dress, you pose yourself to be a godly man, king. but by your deeds you are opposing the principles of the twice born Kshatriyas. So here, what is Parikshit Maharaj telling this person? Remember, he's beating the cow, he's beating the bull also, which means the earth is being plundered and there is no dharma left in this world. So when this is happening, King Parikshit, who is the person who holds, righteousness, he is there for righteousness purpose. He is asking this man, what exactly are you up to? So today, in today's day and age, when you are on the path of righteousness, you have the right to ask the questions. Why is this thing going on? What is this happening just now? Why are you treating the earth like this? Aren't there people in this world who are fighting this war? I'm sure you have seen even the children today have become very conscious about the pollution in this world, isn't it? Are they trying to also rid this world of pollution? They're taking out, they're cleaning the oceans. There are a lot of things happening. So there are these good people in this world also. Some people are trying to save the planet, save the earth. There are so many movements going on, correct? And that is what represents King Parikshit. So King Parikshit comes and asks, what exactly do you think you are doing? What is this trying to rid this earth of all the good stuff? You rogue, do you dare beat an innocent cow because Lord Krishna and Arjuna, the carrier of Gandiva bow, are out of sight? Since you are beating the innocent in a secluded place, you are considered a culprit, therefore deserve to be killed. Now here, King Parikshit looks at this person and says, what is this you are doing? Just because Sri Krishna is not here and Arjuna is not here, that is why you are misbehaving like this? You are doing this so that, you can take advantage of this society? So today's day and age, in the Kali Yuga, this is exactly what has happened. The whole world is bereft of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna left and went away. Arjuna went away. The war ended. They all passed away. And all the wrong things started happening in this world. So naturally, King Parikshit is asking, just because they have left, you are doing like this? Don't worry, I am there. So the idea is that whenever there are atrocities and whenever there is adharma happening in this world, Sri Krishna comes back to put the world in order. But it is not a major, form of his. That means he will be taking a very, very small form, which basically translates into a very small change will happen, not a big change. The big change will happen later on when the age of Kalki starts, when Kalki comes into the picture. So he says, then he asked the bull, who are you? And you are a bull as white lotus? Or are you a demigod? You have lost 3 of your legs and are moving only on one? Are you some demigod causing us grief in the form of a bull? Now, Parikshit doesn't know who this bull is. So he is asking the bull. He sees the bull standing on one leg. Now that is a very strange sight to see, isn't it? Even if you see a bull standing on one leg, you are going to wonder what exactly is wrong. So he is also asking the bull, who are you? Are you some creature from some other planet or what? What exactly? And you are white as snow. I mean, the bull is white as snow. So who are you? So are you some demigod or what? Are you from some godly kingdom? Now for the first time in the kingdom, well protected by the arms of the king of the Kuru dynasty, I see you grieving in tears in your eyes. Up till now, no one on earth has ever shed tears because of royal negligence. So when he sees the bull and the cow are crying, he looks at them. King Parikshit looks at them and says, I am ruling this kingdom. And when I am ruling this kingdom, I don't want to see tears in the eyes of anybody, because it is my beholden duty to ensure that everything goes off well. Everybody is happy in my world. So when I see you bull crying, that is when I see dharma crying, when things are going out of hand, I am very upset because I am not taking care properly today. See, understand the point of view. So, up till now, no one on earth has ever shed tears because of royal negligence. Royal negligence. Because of the king, somebody is, somebody is crying. That should never be the case. The idea about the kings and how they ruled the kingdom from ancient times was this. Whenever you went and rang the bell, the king would answer you. He will call you in his court and he will definitely answer you. That is how the system used to work in the past. So then he says, verse 9, O son of Surabhi, you need lament no longer now. There is no need to fear the Kshudra. And O mother cow, as long as I am living as the ruler and subduer of the envious men, there is no cause for you to cry. Everything will be good for you. And he is giving them hope. And he is telling both the cow and the bull on one side, why are you crying? Please don't cry. See, when I am there to take care of you, why should you be worried? I will ensure that I will punish this fellow who is treating this thing, treating you very badly. One who is destroying the earth. I will take him to task. And the one who is going against the dharma, it is my duty to ensure that they are taken to task. And that is what he means. So verse 10 and 11 says, O chaste one, the king's good name, duration of life and good rebirth vanishes when all the kinds of living beings are terrified by the miscreants in their kingdom. It is certainly the prime duty of the king to subdue first the suffering of those who suffer. Therefore, I must kill the most wretched man because he is violent against other living beings. So King Parikshit tells this cow and the bull that, see, it is my duty as a king. I have to do this. If I don't do this, then my name will be spoilt in this world. Even my duration of life will come down. Okay? And good rebirth will not happen. I will not be reborn as a good person next time. I will be born in a terrible womb. I will be born as a very, very small person. Maybe I'll get an animal or some birth, God knows. And all kinds of living beings are terrified. If there are miscreants in this world, today is the world in turmoil. There are so many wrong things happening in the world today. People are getting slaughtered in the middle of the street. There are wars which are happening. People are getting killed. There is so many atrocities against women and men in this world. So many things are going wrong, isn't it? So naturally, King Parikshit says, when I am here, and if these things happen, it is not going to be good for me. So it is my duty that I take care of this world. So I come in this world so that I can leave behind a good legacy. And that is why it is certainly the prime duty of the king to subdue first the sufferings of those who suffer. Those who suffer in this world, it's our duty as a king to ensure that they do not suffer in their life at all. Therefore, I must kill the wretched man because he is violent against other living beings. And that is the reason why I will have to kill this person, who is a very, very terrible person, who has destroyed this world, who is not taking care of this, who is literally come over here to spoil this whole world. So I have to ensure that I take care of him, maybe I kill him. So we have come to the end of verse 11 and we will stop over here for today.